Here we are on an evening of Shift Happens.
Happens.
All right, that was wrong. Let's do it this way.
Okay.
Welcome to
Shift Happens! Week 14.
Yo, it's all yours. You start it off.
Right now it's January. Everybody says, oh, I got new resolutions, I got new goals, I want to do this and this. You know what? Make them so they're designed for you, and we can help you achieve your goals, okay? They're very simple. We have different ways of helping you, but you have to set your goals properly so you can achieve them. Make sure that they're specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're relative to you, and they're timely. Okay?
And we get the reward, though we get to participate. So if you get something, we get something. Because it's all about, who's it all about? It's all about me. It's all about me.
Okay, that's what he says about him. Make them relative, make them so that you can focus on them every day. Make them so that you can set small specific goals. I had a patient in this morning, she's like, this year I want to go on a cruise. I said, okay, when? She said, November. I said, okay, how much is it going to cost? $863.48. I said, okay, when do you have the money by? I want to have it by July. I said, all right, you got 7 months, 200-ish days, save $4.50 a day, there's your money. And she's like, wow, that was easy.
Simplicity counts.
It's very simple. Set attainable goals. So every day, all she has to do is make one financially conscious decision to save that much money. And within 6-7 months, she's all set. She's ready to go. It's that easy.
It's kind of like we had somebody last week that wanted to set a weight loss goal. And it was the same thing. We broke it down where she wanted to lose 30 pounds over a period of about 4 months. And she didn't know if it was realistic. We broke it down to the point that it was like 2.5 pounds a week, which is nothing. You break it down per day, you can do it. Another way of looking at goals, and we have him coming here next week, is the goals guy, Gary Ryan Blair. Rockstar, if you're not reading his book, Everything Counts, you should be. You can get it at a little place called Amazon.com. Or we have them here in the office for you to enjoy and read.
And also, during this full year, we're using Everything Counts as our motivation. So watch the screens, watch for updates.
And the widget.
And
if you haven't had a widget, you got to get a widget.
Get a widget.
So, want a widget. So, but here's another way of looking at a goal, and I got this from Gary. I'm going to give him credit because I'm not the genius behind this. But it's like a recipe. You opened up the Betty Crocker book and you want to make that recipe. Well, with your goal, have that picture of what you want. Have the proper ingredients of what you want, the measurable actions of what you want, the time, the deadline of what you want, and the accountability. And where a lot of people, when they set a goal, is they just kind of mishmash it together and they go, it didn't work. It's kind of like making a cake. Here's what I want you to do. Go home and make him a cake. But what I don't want you to do is don't put the egg on there until after it's done cooking in the oven and after you put the frosting on there, then add the egg. Essentially, the cake's going to taste pretty rotten. That's why I want you to give it to him, because I want the good cake. And so when you follow my directions on making a cake, follow the instructions. It's like setting a goal. You don't just mishmash it together, which is why tonight and next Wednesday, the 19th, we have our goals workshop. And I think we're going to do them through February and March, too. We get so caught up in goals, and in January, you kind of forget that model of it.
Absolutely.
One thing before we end, because the last one we ran long, but I just read an article on the internet about antibiotics becoming more resistant than anything out there. Or the viruses are becoming resistant to antibiotics. Sorry. In this article that I read here not too long ago, we've accelerated by the overusage of antibiotics by almost 1 billion years. We've accelerated the genetic mutation of viruses. So you think, well, what does that mean? Let's go back 1 billion years, and I think they were dinosaurs. So we really have to be conscious of slamming antibiotics in us for every little single thing because of the mutation that they're creating, which goes back to setting some goals for living a healthier lifestyle. Eating good, thinking good, moving good, making sure that you get adjusted on a regular basis. So that's my spill on goals. So what you got?
Good, huh? Make sure you put the eggs in before you bake it. The goals can be very simple, whether they be big lofty goals or simple ones. Make sure they're attainable and you look at them every day. This guy is a goal genius.
Freak.
Freak genius. Everything.
Well, we just went through in the office. We did that. We did this
Yep.
goal sheet, which we're going to share with you guys if you want to do it. I mean, it's some work, isn't it?
It is some work, but it's worth it. You can make it personal, professional, whatever you want. Just make sure it's about you.
You know, it's kind of like this. It's the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. I would much rather have the pain of discipline. So with that, that's the end of week 14 of Shift Happens.
See you next week.